Hello, everybody. Super good morning to you all. Happy 7:30 right now. Kevin Chang here, back live with you. Today we are gonna talk about the September month Feng Shui forecast. How are you all doing? Right. So today is post Malaysia Merdeka Day celebration. So yesterday was our Independence Day, right? So August 31st. Right, so and there was some firework, of course, at the KLCC end. I've seen a lot of photo lah. People send photo lah. Right, so I also don't know whether the photo is real or not nowadays. Right, so hope everybody is doing fine. And yeah, yesterday went over to one of the dog shelter in Hulu Langat, I think it's called the place, right? So it's very, very deep places, damn scary, Lucky I drive one of those a big car, fat car, right? So then it's easier to get into the place, right? So one of the friend drove the Tesla over. Good luck to that particular fella lah. Don't know whether the car needs some extreme cleaning or not after that particular day, right? So hello Pet Boy, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Hopefully you are doing fine as well, right? So yeah, very fast. We just entered the first day of September, at least in the Gregorian calendar. Right, so now a lot of time I have to repeat this just to tell you all the Chinese metaphysics system don't run on Gregorian calendar. It runs on the solar calendar. So the solar calendar transition is on the 7th of September. Right, so which means that the energy chart is not valid until 7th of September. So the 7th of September onward, then only the visiting energy will be coming into full form, right? So hello Zheng Yi, how are you doing? Right, so hopefully you guys are doing fine as well. Right, so today is a Sunday. Hopefully you guys had your rest. So I yesterday was doing a bit of what we call hard labor, on the dog shelter there, trying to fortify their fence, right? So and then also going to cleaning up their drain. Right now the hand is very painful. Getting old, right? So getting old already, so don't have that particular strength already. Now the back is painful, got sunburn. Right, didn't bring didn't bring sunblock. No, didn't bring sunblock. Wasn't expecting. Wasn't expecting like that. But anyway, we are done, right? Right. Right. So you're with dog at Salah South Shelter. Alright, good for you, right? So take good care of them. Right. So now something amazing about those dogs is that all of them are very friendly. Right, so all of them are very friendly. They knew that the people who is coming over here is for the best of them, take care of them, right? So it's like, yeah, right. So they are not like super fierce. They are super fierce when they are inside the cage. When you walk into the cage, all of them is like, oh, all right, no, so it's like, this fella is, this fella is awesome, come and fix up my place, right? So and amazingly is that if they run out of their cage, they know which cage to go back into. They seems to know their assigned house. Right, funny dog, right? So all of them are pretty friendly, right? So great, right? So now got time, if got time, you guys can maybe you want to bring your kiddo over to the what we call the dog shelter, let them play around with the dog and then ask them the pertinent question. Still want to have puppy as pet, right? So after that, oh no, don't want to have puppy as pet already, this fella. But anyway. Right, so come, let's get back here. Let me just shrink myself down to the small version and we shall have a bit of a chat. Oh my god, I need to turn off the YouTube chat screen. That is basically a YouTube chat screen. Right, so let me just turn that one off. Hello Andrew Yap, how are you doing? Oh, thank you for calling me Lang Chaya. Right, so as usual, you want to get connected with me, there is the Telegram channel, right? So Telegram channel is there for you to get connected with me. You want to chit chat, the channel provide a chit chat function. Anything that is downloadable, I will basically be putting into this particular channel to be downloaded, right? So and then of course, if you want to read a newsletter, for some people they still like to read text, right? So if you are a text-based person, you want to read text, there's a newsletter in Substack, you can also subscribe to that. There's the free version. The free version, I will distribute all the what we call forecast, right? So like this particular forecast, it will be distributed in the Substack first, in the newsletter first. Right, so before we do a live session, later down the month, we'll do a live session. So if you want the information earlier, right, so you can go to the what we call the newsletter for it. So, and of course, the newsletter also have a paid membership section. So the paid membership section, they have different content there. So like this particular season, it is publishing the homeowner feng shui selection guide. So if you are hunting for a house, this particular guide might be useful for you in terms of looking at some points when you are selecting or filtering the house that you're doing. Right, so if you want to read that particular information, you can do so. Before that, it was publishing the 60 pillar. Right, so if you want the 60 pillar information, if you want this one, right, so please go over and take a look at that. Right, so then thereafter is now everything in Chinese metaphysics, there is always a what we call classical text, right? So now the good thing about classical text is that it is widely available in the internet. You can just go and search for it, right? So for me, I'm actually using what we call purple white system. Purple white system is, simply speaking, is a 2-number system. Right, Xuan Kong flying star is a 1-number system, right? So 1 to 9. So when you put a Xuan Kong flying star on top of another Xuan Kong flying star, you get what we call purple white system, right? So right? So you can go and read the purple white. The purple white is basically called 81 combination, right? The 81 combination, because 9 numbers total is 81 combination, really. Right? So why do you use a purple white? It gives you the randomability, right? In Chinese metaphysics, randomability is very important. Right, so everything basically happened in a very random manner, and you're supposed to make sense of the random manner, right? So it's in the chaos there's order, in the order there's chaos, right? So you can go and search for all these book, which usually is thick as a tome. So if you're unlucky enough to be like me, which is a banana, which means limited, what we call limited in terms of Chinese language, and also what we call Sindram Berhad in Malays, right? So the good thing is that you can always copy the text, throw into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to interpret it. It's slightly a bit better than Google Translate. Right? Obviously, Google Translate, usually they translate without context. ChatGPT can translate with a bit of a context. Right, so you can try whichever lah, right? So if you are if your what we call Chinese command is way much more better than me, then you can just straight away read the text. But I confirm to you the text, a lot of them doesn't make sense. Right, it's too cryptic or doesn't make sense. But anyway, right, so we will be talking about activating the energy, right? So activating the energy, I keep it simple. 3 ways for you to do so to activate the energy. Yet one is to sit in the particular sector and actually do your work in the sector. So physically planting yourself into the sector would cause you to be affected by the energy of the sector. Right, so number 2 is to excite the energy of the sector so that it spread towards your house by using fire. Right, so fire is a what we call a yang energy. Yang energy means that the energy particle is moving one, and that's called yang energy. Right, so then you can use fire. Right, so of course, fire, there is a risk of fire hazard. Right? It burn things down. Fire burn things down. Right, you guys know. So if you cannot control fire, you cannot take care of the fire, I suggest you don't, and use water. Water is the more common one. Water also is a yang energy, and water is very easy to handle. Maximum anything happen is you wet the floor. That's it. Okay, so when water is very, very cheap, you can just buy a fairly large container, right? So a lot of people, when I say that buy one of these rubbish bin, is an actual rubbish bin, right? So you buy one of these rubbish bin to use, and then you contain water and throw a pump inside. This entire setup is less than 50 bucks. Okay, Ringgit Malaysia less than 50 bucks. The rubbish bin usually 37 bucks. 42 bucks you can settle, and the pump 10-12 ringgit you can get it. Just throw it inside. That's it, done. Right, so the activator is basically done. Right, so it's pretty easy for you to do so. So one of these 3, just choose one of them and you see which one is easier for you to maintain and take care of. Right, so like some people might be putting water there is not conducive. Like for example, if you're in a room, right, putting water inside the room would be not a very conducive activity. Lighting up candle is easy. Right, so you can do one of those aroma therapy things. Activating with fire or water, need to choose right. Yes, everyone also need to choose right day. Obviously, every one of them need to choose right day. Right, so you're picking which day to do the energy map. Right, so now this is the energy map, which is for the September 7 until October 7 dates. Right, so interestingly, for this particular month, all the He2 formation is available. right? So you got the 7-2 He2 for fire, which is in the south, right? So you got the 9-4 He2 for metal, which is in the west. Then you got the 6-1 He2 for water, which is in the northeast, and also the 8-3 He2 for wood, which is in the north. So all the 4 He2 formation is available this particular month. Right, so later we will go in and take a look at how to use the He2 formation. Right, so in Flying Star, right, so in Flying Star, of course, when we talk about Flying Star, which means that the number 1 to 9, by the way, the number 1 to 9 all have their original name. We have right now not used the original name already. So I will do one separate session whereby I will introduce back the original name for you. But of course, for remembering purpose, no one wants to remember the original name already. Like for example, star number 6 is called Wu Qu. Yeah, it's called military arts by the way, the star number 6. So that, but then star number 6 is easier for people to remember 6 than military arts. Right, so that's why no one uses the original name already. It's like the number is like the nickname. There's nothing special about the number, right? So the number is nothing special. Number is just a nickname, right? So then they will go through the transformation every month. Every month the energy will move, no? Every year the energy will move, no? Right, so every day the energy will move, every hour the energy will move. So just now, like Joycelyn asking, whether need. So you are trying to match the year energy, the month energy, the day energy, and the hour energy together. All this energy you are trying to align together to activate. So which means that to spur up, excite the energy so that the energy is able to enhance your activity. Right, so the Feng Shui, you can imagine it as a turbo button in your car. Right, what happens if the car is not moving, you hit the turbo button? It's equal to not moving. Right, so the Feng Shui actually help in what we call momentum. If you are moving in a certain direction and you use Feng Shui in the correct manner, your journey to that particular direction usually is faster and smoother. So of course, if you activate the wrong energy, which means you hit the turbo button in the wrong timing, whatever it is, then then you will crash through the barrier. That's all, very easy. Right, so Feng Shui is powerful and it's used in the correct manner. So a lot of people use Feng Shui in the wrong expectation. I call wrong expectation. So later we will talk a little bit about some of the wrong expectation when people start looking at it. But one of the biggest one is that the action never matches the things that they are trying to do. You're trying to do A, but then your action basically is B, then it doesn't work. All right, so let's go through all the palaces. So this particular month is the month of rooster chicken. Right, so by the way, this one also is something that you should roughly remember over time. The rooster belongs to the west sector, right? So that's where the rooster in the Chinese compass, the Lopan compass, the 24 mountain compass, that is where the rooster is sitting, right? So we will start this particular month's forecast by looking at the west. So everybody know this year the west is where the 5 yellow is, right? So the 5 yellow is always the energy that we are trying to avoid, not because the energy is dangerous, the energy is volatile, that's all. Right, it's volatile. It has a strong tendency of swinging thing upward, and then also have a very strong tendency of swinging thing downward. So I always describe this star number 5 as a volcano. So volcano can make a place which is barren into a very fertile place. Volcano ash is very fertile, and the entire place become very fertile. So that's why it explains why a lot of ex-volcano explosion place. People like to set up town there because the fertile soil actually encourages what we call farming activity, right? So it encourages farming activity, right? So it's much more easier for you to do farming. At the same time, the volcano explosion also can level an entire civilization in one go, right? AKA, if you want to know Pompeii, right? So you guys read history before, right? The entire city of Pompeii was destroyed by the volcano explosion, and up until today they can still find people who is hiding from the volcano. They dig out the body, right? The position is like they are all hiding from the volcano, right? So that is the star number 5. So when the star 9, which is this particular one, visiting star number 5, it causes the star number 5 to be overly excited because fire produces the what we call earth, right? So it's star number, right? So this combination is actually very, 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 very super volatile, right? But this volatile energy, if you're trying to go viral, super viral is very good, but it doesn't tell you which direction you go viral. right? So a lot of people say, oh no, I wanna, I want to be famous, right? So a lot of people is not ready to be famous one. Just mouth state want to be famous. When they are put in the position, when they're put in the situation, completely cannot handle. Right? So a lot of people has that particular thing. They want the result, but they do not want the work. There's a lot of work that you need to put in for being famous. Right? At least you need to have very strong mental resiliency. So that's why a lot of people in the what we call entertainment line, right? For some time, after some time, they go into burnout or they go into depression because why, they just can't take it. Right? It's not your cup of tea. Right? So not everybody can do this particular thing. Right? So of course, when it's inside the West actually govern communication. Right? West is actually the communication palace. So mainly this particular combination is going to be helping with the entire communication part. So if you take a look at the hexagram is a biting hexagram. A biting hexagram means that your mouth got something in between. Right? So you are, biting or certain things, right? By the way, this biting a piece of maybe a pen or a piece of chopstick is part of the training for a lot of service industry people. What they do is that buy the chopstick and then bite on it, and this one teach you how to smile. This is what they do, right? So by the way, this one, if you take a look at it, it is a combination whereby you can see that the people are very superficial, right? So it's a very superficial type of on the surface type of display, right? So but here's the thing, right? Superficial thing people love for. Right, so people love superficial thing, everybody like to be lied to, just put it in a way, right? So everybody like to be lied to, so everybody like the particular feeling of they are special when they know that they are not special, right? So if you are happen to be in that particular line of activity, right? So maybe you're actor, maybe you're really service industry people, whereby talking may be something that you are into, right? So your job is to talk to people, then probably this is a good energy for you to do so. But also at the same time, the chances of you offending people is pretty high, right? So now any sort of influencer, you go in, there are people who will like you, there are people who will hate you. Any sort of influencer, any sort of thing that you go in, there will be people who like you, there will be people who will hate you. So these are factual things that you need to know if you're in that particular industry. So Alvin, so you're Qua 7, right? West, does it mean that my environment is prone to argument and conflict? You can put it in a way, right? So positively use this energy is that learn how to pretend. That is where positively use the energy. Learn how to pretend. Learn how to say nice words to people. Right? Learn how to be superficial. Nothing wrong with it as long as you are not harming people. So if you know that that particular situation is not called for you to especially speak the truth, shut up, that's it. It's learn when to talk, what to talk. Okay, that is your challenge. Because with the star number 9, then whatever you talk, people hear. Right? It's just that the problem right now is that you don't know what is the people hearing. Same sentence that you come out of your mouth, person A here and person B here, very different. Right? And you cannot control that person's ears. Right? But you can be very you want to say careful, or you can say very gently choose your wording in a very gentle manner. Right, so then probably that one will help you. Now, some people are very good at doing this. Some people are very, very good at doing it, although it's very pretentious. But hey, people like it. Right? So if you want to train yourself in this particular area, this is the energy for you to use. It's just to just to be careful. You might go through a period whereby you are taught the lesson, taught wrong thing, taught the lesson. Right, but anyway, right, so as long as you're in this particular sector, there is a chance that you might improve your talking skill, your ability to charm people. There's a chance of doing that. It also have a chance of completely crashing your reputation down to the ground, and then you have to rebuild everything. Nah, nothing wrong with it, right? So it's like volcano, pang, everything becomes luscious. That could be one scenario, or pang, everything become Pompeii. That would be second scenario, right? So to me, normal circumstances, I tell you, normal folk like you and me, I tell you, don't touch the star number 5. You don't have the capital to pay. right? You don't have the capital to rebuild, right? So if you have the capital to rebuild in Gansei, you know, so that everything is okay, go ahead, use it. Right, cool. So next one, let's go to the let's go in reverse. Let's go in reverse. So we go to the Southwest, right? So Southwest got the 9-4. So 9-4 is a one of the Her2 combination, right? So in studying purple white, right? So in studying purple white, there will be portion whereby you will need to learn some of the Her2 formation. So the 9-4 is a Her2 formation, and this particular formation produces metal, right? So it's basically a metal formation, right? So what happened here now? The star number 4, anyhow, it is the star of education, right? So the star number 4 is often as associated with the entire idea of education. So the star number 4 is basically called Wenqu. Wenqu is called the academic star, by the way. Right, so literally art is the official name for star number 4. So again, right, instead of remembering it as literally star, 4 is easier to remember. And when 9-4 combined together, this is called a wood fire combination. So wood fire combination actually improve a person's intellectual prowess. Because this is a metal formation, right? So because it's metal formation, when metal formation go into an earth palace, right? So the earth energy actually further enhance the metal formation. So this one is really, really good at what we call strengthening your, you can say, decision making, your authority, your power, right? So, you know, you are somebody who has the intellect. At least it is seen as having the intellect, because the star number 9 allow you to be seen by people. The star number 9 is star of fire, fire, you know, allow vision, right? So people see you as being smart, right? So any Her2 combination actually means working together with people, right? So this enhances the entire what we call leadership profile of a person, right? So if you're into the entire idea of studying, finding out, trying to improve your leadership quality skills, that, you know, building a harmonious team, you know, trying to make the team people come together, right? So as the hexagram suggests, it's a family hexagram, by the way, right? So family hexagram has to do with, you know, harmonious coming together, working together as a family, right? Although when you watch movie, that time usually the family is the one that, you know, has the worst ever working together situation, but you know, they do come together when it's required. So if you want to use this particular energy, either you plant yourself in the Southwest, so which means that you set up a working table, working environment in the Southwest, provided that you're working in home, right? So it doesn't matter what your work is, you know, come back as long as you got some activity which is positively in the direction of, you know, helping you to earn money, right? Set up the table and, you know, do it in the Southwest, or else, you know, you can put fire in the Southwest on specific date and time, which I did not issue any paperwork. Okay, right? So you go there and you activate the particular energy, right? So the energy will spread towards the house, and then that will influence you wherever you are, right? So water, you know, just put water there, you know. So for this, right? So now again, this energy is just valid for a month. So if it's valid for a month, the water you can leave there, like, you know, maybe 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks, 3 weeks is the max already. Right, 2 weeks, 3 weeks is the max, you know, it helps to spread the energy, so it will influence you when you are in the space of the house. The entire idea is to use the energy to influence you, I mean, so which means that, you know, it pushes you towards that particular direction of building a family of people together, pulling the bond together by displaying your intelligence and also improving on your ability to a certain power and authority with people. This one also will be able to help you to attract people with power and authority so that you can learn from them. If you want that particular energy signature, you know, this is what you go and do, right? So if that is not what you want to do, then, you know, please go and find some other energy. All right, so the south side, you got the Her2 of 7 and 2. So now just happen that 7 and 2 Her2 is a fire combination. So fire combination go into the fire palace, so it further enhance the potency of this particular combination. So a lot of people is going to be very worried about the star number 2, because the star number 2 for the past 60 years has been sung as a song of sickness. Right, so right now we're in period 9, and period 9, the star number 2 is no more sickness star anyway already. Right, so the what we call the sickness capability of the star is widely reduced, because the star right now has become kindly. Right, so in studying flying star, right, so in studying Xuan Kong, one of the part that you need to study is called timeliness of the star. So all star has negative, all star has positive characteristics. So you can see that every star has like a power slider. Right, so depend on where is the timing of it, the power slider move between, being auspicious and not auspicious. Between that, every single star got good, got bad. By the way, every single theory in the Chinese metaphysics world, it got good, got bad at the same time, right? So there's no absolute good, there's no absolute bad in the thing, right? So it a lot of time depend on how you utilize the things, right? So the star number 2 is actually right now in the period of 9 is a wealth star. It's just that the nature of wealth is different, right? So last period, which is period 8, the star number 8 was the predominant wealth star. So there will be one time, will be long date already that star number 5 will be predominant wealth star. Yeah, star number 5 also is wealth star. So both all the 3, 8, 2, and 5, they are all wealth star, but the nature of their wealth is different, right? So like star number 2 is basically the star of mother, what we call the star of nurturing. Right, so the star number 2 originally is talking about farmland. So farmland, just understand the entire evolution of farmland is that you put a seed down under the ground will protect the seed until the seed grows, and then it grows into a big apple tree. Then the apple tree would be able to produce fruits in perpetuity. That is basically what the star number 2. So it's a nurturing star, right? So if you are trying to nurture something, this particular star is good. So star number 7 is there, right? So star is communication. So this basically help you in terms of your ability to nurture and convince people. If that is what you wanna do, go ahead. This one is the star to do, and the what we call the fire energy actually allow you to spread your word, allow you to spread your what we call forgot in religion is called what really. Right, spread your word around, right? So spread your teaching around. So yeah, if you want to do that, so you want to, I think this one is helpful if you want to become a cult leader. Some sort of like a cult leader, so never mind lah. It's anything that you want to basically nurture, right? So nurture, you want to build a community. Right, so you want to build a community, this is a good combination when it comes to community building. Right, so it improves your ability to sweet talk to people. Right, so sweet talk, isn't it bad? No, everybody loves sweet talk. So I tell you already, most of the people evangelists. The people are evangelists. Their activity, I forgot what they call activity. Spreading the words. Chinese also do the same, but anyway. But the people are called evangelists. Okay, right? So now if you are into that particular activity, go ahead, use this particular energy itself. Then you have the Southeast has the star number 6. So star number 6 again, right? Star number 6 is the star of power and authority. Right? So the star of power and authority, when it falls into the wood palace, right? So what they fall in the wood palace, in classical study, they actually don't like this. Right, in actual classical study, when actually the wood and the metal come together, it's actually not a very positive thing, right? So because the wood actually represent the elder son and also the elder daughter of the family. So they are supposed to be the next in line to take over the family position of power, whereas the star number 6 is the father, the parent. So here's the thing, right? Don't know whether you like it, you don't like it. Somehow the parents, they don't like to let go of power. They don't want their children to come out until the day that they die. And that's how, at least when you're watching movie, or that's how right? So there is the power struggle between this the person in power and versus the next in line in power. And the next in line in power, like no patient cannot wait to take over, right? So there's always a fight happening between them. Right, so this is basically what is happening right now. So for those of you who want to learn how to control power, probably it is a good location to be in, right? So, but for those of us who couldn't be bothered, right? Usually won't be using this particular position again, right? So the hexagram is a stagnation hexagram. So stagnation hexagram means that you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere, right? So this particular formation got a few things that is fighting at the same time. So wood palace fighting with the star number 2, wood and earth combination fighting. So this is like the this one is called the elder daughter fighting with the mother. Now you got the father stepping in as well. Father stepping in trying to stop the elder daughter. So it's like this elder daughter, the mother what we call the mother trying to convince the elder daughter to get married, and then the elder daughter said, no, I don't love this particular person at all. Then the father come in and said that, oh no, you cannot fight this one, we are marrying you off to this particular tycoon family. And then the daughter end up hating the father and mother. This is basically the story. Right, so now whether the daughter one day can get rid of the mom and dad, now today is very possible, right? Today is very possible. The other day only, I was watching Gary Vee. Gary Vee was saying, right? So if you are 22 years old and above, and you are still relying on your father and mother to sustain yourself, please shut your mouth. Which I agree, right? Right? So before your age of what we call you can call adulthood. And some say 21, some say 18. I don't really care too much, right? So before that particular age, your father mother has a certain obligation to take care of you, provide you with lodging, provide you with food, right? So yeah, they have obligation. But after that particular age already, right, you are supposed to go out and fend for yourself. Right? If you still cannot go out and fend for yourself, really just shut your mouth and obey whatever your father mother is saying, is because you are useless. Okay, so if you are not, you tell me that 18 years old, 21 years old, you can earn your own money, you can do whatever it is, don't listen to your father and mom. I will support you as well, right? So either way, I will give support, depend on the situation. But really, if you cannot and you still rely on your mom and dad, you really shut your mouth. Okay, simple enough, right? So this is basically the formation for this. So up to you, depend on which side that you are in. So if you, let's say that you are the side who wanted to try to fight your parent, maybe you go for this particular palace, specifically go to the southeast. Or you are the parent who want to assert some sort of authority onto your children. Now this one also the same with office, right? Office also, although you don't have children, your subordinate is basically your children. So you want to exert what we call power and authority against your subordinate, you can use this particular sector. Just make sure that you understand that some will fight you back. Okay, right? So the east also have the star number 5, right, which is the main visiting star. So 5 and 1 is again a clash of water and also earth. So the 5-1 combination is actually called contamination. So it's just, you just imagine the dirt is put up with water. This is where after volcano explode, there's a lot of volcano cloud on top. Then it rains. Yeah, then you get this volcano sludge mud coming down, which is not really very good. So again, not the easiest energy to use. Very sluggish type of energy. Very sluggish type of energy to be used. The hexagram is the regulate hexagram. So regulate hexagram basically means self-control. Right, so if you want to get people into trouble, I think it's a good place to put, the subordinate or the competitor that you hate the most. You put them in the east for this particular month. Right, so that's what you basically do. Now, by the way, anytime you got this number 5 there, right, my advice to you is just to not touch the plate, right, not do, right. So again, the main reason is that you may not be fortunate enough to or have the ability to repay pay the price, right. So that's why just bloody avoid this particular place now. Right, so let's take a look. The next one is where the next one is basically northeast. So northeast got a 6-1 combination. So 6-1 combination is a combination of water, right? So this is a very powerful combination for business people, right? So business people, now last time when we say business people, mean that people who are into this entire business called trade. Business mean that you go to a place, you will purchase certain things or rob, take, right? So depend on which country you are from. You will acquire certain rare material, it can be spices. So in the olden days, it's basically spices, right? So people from Europe came over to Asia and they want to say rob corn, whatever it is, buy, purchase, acquire spices, and go back to their country and sell it at an exorbitant price. Nowadays it's still the same thing, right? So nowadays still the same thing. You can go to coffee producing country, right? So and then buy, acquire, rob the coffee, whatever it is, come back and then sell at exorbitant price. Like the other day, I just had a cup of Milo. In my country, Milo is a very dearly product because everybody in Malaysia somehow grew up with Milo. Right, so for us, Milo has a very strong strategy. Is every time the school has any sports day, you will have a Milo truck. And their Milo is especially nice one. It's maybe they put a lot of sugar in it, so don't know lah. It's just that the Milo truck Milo is usually very, very nice one. You do your own also cannot get the same. You must have some things inside, right? So it's basically that, right? So the star number 1 is the star of connectivity. It's basically water star. It helps you with networking, connecting with people. So connect with who? Connect with star number 6. And by the way, star number 6 is metal. Metal produces water. So this one allow you to connect with people who has a lot of authority and power, which is very important in the business world. In the business world, you want anything to go smooth, you need to work with authority. Right? Help you to work with authority, build connection with authority and power. Basically, Kaosan, backing, right? So backing, right? So it's basically that, right? So bird right now is visiting the Earth star. So Earth is actually countering water one, right? So now nothing wrong with this. Now this one is basically telling you that you're in a situation whereby there is a lot of control and restriction. So this one is like the river coming down from the mountain. Right? The land will direct the path of the river. The river just have to follow the path of the land and you shall find the ocean eventually. So it's a pretty good combination. So for those of you who want to improve your connectivity with people, this is the sector you're going to be using. By the way, the Northeast sector is also originally where the star number 8 is from, which is our favorite well star, by the way. That one well star is a well star that has to do with hard work. If you like to earn money through hard work, you can use star number 8. Right? So the star number 8 right now, it is falling off from the timeliness. It is changed from a resiliency, hardworking story to a stubborn story. Right? So the star number 8 right now is the star of stubbornness. Yep. Right. So no. Yeah. Right. So now, what happened? The hexagram is just that you're waiting for the timing, right? So you're waiting for you to reach the big river, right? So right now you are water up on the mountain, so you are finding your path down the mountain to join the big river and eventually see the sea. So you need to have some patience here. Right, so which means that the connection that you're going to build is going to be a bit more difficult. So you need to spend a bit more time into building the connection. Like for example, I tell you, what is having the mindset or having the dream but no action is you go and activate this particular sector or you go and sit in this sector and do the work. But then your work got nothing to do with networking with people. Right? You're not going outside to network with people. So what's the point of activating this energy? So when you activate the energy, let's say that when you place the water there at the correct timing, right? That particular 2 weeks to 3 weeks, right? The activity that you need to have there is go out and network with people. And you need to go out and network with the correct people. I'm not asking you to go out and, party with people. That networking no use one. Right? You need to be very clear, as in, you need to sign yourself up for some maybe a tech conference. Let's say that you want to go and know some investor, you want to know some founder, so go and know some business founding tech type of thing. Go and know them. Right? If not, right, there is no point in activating the energy. A lot of people think that I activate the energy, I sit in my house and then I fold my hand, right? God will do everything for me, man. Sorry, no such thing. If God see you like that, right, lightning will strike you. So don't let me have God power. Okay, right. So the what we call the north sector. North sector got the 383 is a Her2 combination for wood. So wood, when you visit water palaces, it get enhanced. Right. So this one allow you to have enhanced growth. By the way, the star number 3 last time is called the soldier. Right. Star number 3 is basically the soldier star. Right. So the soldier star. Why is it a growth star? A resiliency star is soldier star. Soldier is supposed to be not die. Cannot die. Right? If you're a soldier last time, it's really I send you out, you have to come back on your own now. Right? You have to come back on your own. Right? So that's the entire idea of going outside, getting slapped by people, going outside, getting attacked by people, fall down, next morning, wake up, start marching again. That is the spirit of the soldier. But here's the thing, right? Today we don't have this sort of situation, whereby at least lucky enough for us here, we don't really have prolonged battle. So what happened is that the star number 3 changes its characteristics. So just now I told you there's a slider, right? Right. So because right now the star number 3 right now is basically called out of phase one. It's out of phase. It's out of timing. Right? So the slider moved to the negative side. Negative side is that you purposely pick fight. Yeah. So that's why the star number 3 is called an argument star. You are somebody who purposely pick fight. Got nothing happening, then you go and pick fight because you only feel like you are you have the feeling of togetherness. You have the feeling of being included when you are fighting. You don't know how to peacefully live with people, right? So the way that you participate with the people around you is start fighting. So not very too nice. But anyway, it is through all this fighting that you grow. Yeah, it's through all this wrong thing that you are doing that you only grow. Right? So if every time whatever you do, you're successful, you actually become stagnant. Right, so that's why star number 3 is good for sportsmen. If you are specifically sportsman, you are specifically in the sport industry, triathlon, you are a physical trainer, right? So where pain is very normal, right? So like right now, my hand is having pain because yesterday, it's digging the drain, right? Digging the drain, or like clearing up the drain, right? So then got sunburn already, a lot of pain. Okay, right. So if you are that, then this is basically good. So for those of you who are seeking growth, especially physical type of growth, bulking yourself up, you want to go gym, six pack, this particular energy is good for you, right? So this particular energy is good for you to basically. So hexagram lesser exceeding, and lesser exceeding basically tells you that whatever problem that comes to you, so small problem. Right, so if it's some sort of a small problem, please go and do a little bit of a breakthrough for yourself. Breakthrough means that 180 kg bench press, go. Right, go do it. Sub only one. Please right? So do what we call control a little bit the way that you are doing things. Alright, so last sector, which is the Qian sector, right? So Qian sector got the star number 8, right? So that's where the wealth star is. By the way, if you are out there in the open, if you're talking to other people, they will tell you that this particular month the wealth star is visiting the northwest sector. So you want if you want the wealth star, then you go and activate the northwest sector. So I tell you, activate the northwest sector, it's just cost you have a lot more works on you. That's all. Right, the star number 8 is the star of hardworking. That's it. So before you use star number 8, you need to be very clear with the thing that you are doing. Actually, is it work volume related? Is it work volume related? If it's not work volume related, then you got a bit of a problem. So aka what is called not work volume related. If you are a typical employee, no matter how productive you are, your salary is going to be the same last month, this month, and next month. So which means that you are not work volume related. If let's say you are a salesperson, it's different, right? So you close your sales faster, you got time to close more sales, and because you can close more sales, your commission is higher. Then using star number 8 for hardworking purpose is correct. If not, you will just get tired, right? Because you are not rewarded for your hard working. So that is the part of it that you need to be careful of, right? So a hexagram is a poison hexagram. So just remember, poison can only affect you from inside, right? So with the star number 4 together with the star number 8, so again, wood and the earth is a counter situation. Is that it's in a situation whereby you detect a problem. Star number 4 allow you to be smarter, aka so your problem detection skill set become harder. and you go and fix the problem. Now, ask yourself, is that your problem or not? That is the question, because you're in the star number 6, what we call star number 6, power authority. So when you have power authority, some people is like that. They go and keep think that it's not their problem. The power authority people is always like that one, right? They try to become big brother, like other people problem, they try to step their foot into it. And you try to hard working to fix other people problem, when else the other person didn't do anything to fix their problem, which means that the problem will never be fixed. So right now it's like, consuming poison. You want to fix the problem, the other person is not fixing the problem. You keep on trying to fix the problem, you are hurting the relationship. They actually don't want the problem to be fixed. You go into this entire cycle of creating pain for yourself, right? So eventually you're the one who collapses, right? Can see or not? So this is like the father and mother who come and say that this is for the best of you. No, right? So there's no such thing as the best of your children. Your children have to learn how to live their life. You're there just to support, right? So the good quote that I've seen on the internet lately is like this, right? So now it doesn't matter what mistake that you make outside, come back to the house, right? It doesn't matter what trouble you get into, come back to the house. If you have problem living outside, cannot pay for things, come back to the house. I think this is the best parenting ever. You are ready to accept your children whenever they get into trouble, right? But it's not the entire idea of not wanting them to get into trouble. Whether they get into trouble or don't get into trouble, this is their own prerogative. It's their growth, right? You have done your part in raising them. Done your part in raising them means that they are still alive by the time they hit 18 or 21 years old. You are a very successful parent already. As long as the children is alive, 18, 21 years old, depending on which one you want to take a look at. Okay, you release them out into the wild. It's their life already. Okay, if they are not into any what we call difficulty, they have the assurance that they can come back to their parent. Perfect already. Okay, you're already in a perfect situation, right? Don't try to do anything more. Don't try to do anything less. Right, so this is all the energy signature that is basically available. So up to you which one that you want to basically use. And to you is that if you want to do activation, right? So if you are just placing yourself at that particular place to be affected by the energy, anytime you can basically move there, right? So which means that you are using a flip table, a movable table, not the heavy type, right? So you can go to the sector at any time you like and work in the sector for the rest of the month. It will affect you. The energy in that particular area will affect you. But if you are doing an activation, which means that you're going to place the yang energy, then you need to select the correct timing for it, which means that you need to couple with the day and also the hour to activate the best ever energy to spread towards the house. Because if you activated the wrong energy, then the wrong energy will spread to the house, right? Then everybody else will be affected. So by the way, this activation will affect everybody in the house, right? Everyone in the house will be affected. So before you do this activation, just be cognizant that if other people also want this energy or not. If not, then it's affected people who doesn't want the energy. Then right? So this one consideration is the old and the young. If you got children who's too young and you got people who is a bit too old, you might want to put this into consideration. All right, so guys, that's it. For your side, would be more than appreciative if you can help send this one out to your network, to the people around you. For those that would love to use Chinese metaphysics as part of their decision making, forward planning tools, right? So do introduce me to them. Right, so this will be uploaded into the YouTube for the YouTube version as well. As soon as I convert this, into uploadable version. Okay. All right, that's it, guys. See you all again. Bye bye.